I have always been saying that I'm the newest MTV reality star ever since I was a kid. I remembered when I first moved to America, I went to the store and I noticed that they have like cameras pointed towards the entrance and it shows you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on TV. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in PBB, I'm in Pinoy Big Brother. Like, I've always felt like I was a reality star. And so when I went in that meeting with MTV when I was 18 years old, I'm 22 now. This project has been going on for 4 years. Yeah, so I was right fresh out from high school and I went in a big meeting full of the biggest, important names in MTV. And I had to propose my show to them. And I had to tell them, like, you know what, like, there has never been an Asian American family or any Asian American representation when it comes to reality TV showing. And I was like, I think I have what it takes to do that. And at first they were looking at me like, girl, you're 18, like calm down, let's come back to earth. And I was like, we have to film the show in Hawaii. And then that's when they kind of like turned their heads because it's expensive and obviously they have to bring a whole crew in here. And so yeah, it was just ever since I was 18, but I would say I have been an MTV reality star ever since I was 8 years old.
When was this taped? How long did it take you to tape? How many episodes? I mean, so many questions, Bretman.
So with COVID, unfortunately, they could have flew in a crew over, but I was very insistent on not doing that because obviously the island is so small and I did not want to risk of spreading COVID by sending in a whole production crew. And with reality TV shows, it's a lot of people. And so that's the last thing I wanted. And so we had to scout the best producers, the best crew to all around the island. And so I like to say that this is not just a product of MTV and Bretman Rock. This is also a product of Hawaii because all of if not most of the crew members were local from Hawaii.
So how long did you guys end up taping your reality show? How many weeks?
It was almost like a month.
A month? Wow.
Well, because we have to film the show and then we have to film the sitting down confessional.
Yeah. I love it.
And then that's the press and so it's a lot. I couldn't even give you a date if I don't even remember. It was so long ago. It was like last year. My hair was too short.
So it took over over a few weeks to complete your episodes, your MTV following. Who else was with you in your show?
Well, especially with COVID, I really wanted to capture the fact that these people that are on my show has always been with me pre-COVID. And so it was my friend who kind of like lives with me, my assistant, Kiefer, my sister, Princess, and my mom. So it's just a cast of 5 people, including me. I'm 6 if you include Cleo, but yeah. Yeah, with COVID restrictions, it had to be people that quarantined with me.
Was that all of most of it came from you, your ideas, your concept, like, what to do next or where do you want this to go?
Yes, everything was all Bretman Rock. It wasn't really hard working with MTV, to be honest with you, because they were so eager to work with me and they said yes to basically everything and anything that I requested. Even filming in Hawaii, which they wanted to film it in LA, but I told them, I was like, that is not my reality. I don't live there and I don't work there. And it's hard for me to work there. And I do have an apartment there, but I only really go there for work stuff. And so that's not where my reality is. With the show, it just became so natural for me to not only showcase my life, but to showcase my culture as well. And I think with episode 1, we really got to see my mom struggle with speaking in English. And I was like, Mom, you can speak in Ilocano and you don't have to struggle because, and that's one of those things that I just kind of did naturally. And when it came out, people commended me for it. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that kind of response with just my mom speaking our native tongue, but the response have been great. And I hope that people finally, not people, but just like Ilocanos and Filipinos finally feel seen, especially on mainstream media in America.
Would you say that would be one of your distinct features or character traits that attracts you to so many millions of viewers? I mean, from Instagram, like you have like 15.4 million viewers on Instagram. It's absolutely insane. YouTube, over 8 million subscribers. I mean, what is it about Bretman Rock that rocks?
I think what attracts me to the world is the fact that I grew up in the Philippines and I grew up with the values of a Filipino. And I think people could really relate to me because as Filipinos, we tend to laugh at things. Like even when there's flood, in the middle of a flood, we would still be happy for some reason. And even though, you know, sometimes the Philippines is not in the greatest shape, we still find a way to sing and laugh at everything. And I think the world is attracted to Bretman Rock because I am Filipino as hell.
What is the one thing that you miss most about the Philippines? I mean, you've been back here a few years ago.
Besides my family, I would say I just miss the environment. I feel like when I'm home, I am truly 100% Bretman Rock. For a brief second of the time that I'm in the Philippines, I get to be just Bretman without cameras, without Wi-Fi, which is surrounded by Filipinos who raised me and who's been with me from the beginning and who speaks the same language as me and is the same color as me, and just the environment, I would say.
So, of course, the MTV following is out. What can we expect to see in the coming episodes?
To be honest with you, I don't even know what to expect myself. I actually do not get to watch the show prior from being aired. So whatever airs, I'm watching with the world. I just hope you guys expect more tears, more drama, more comedy, and more Bretman Rock and more Filipino stuff.
I mean, I love it how you showcase your family and how you include them, because I mean, the Filipinos are really known for being, very close with one another.
I have just always been surrounded by my family, not to mention that my family is also such accepting people, and I was always encouraged to not only be Filipino as hell, but be gay as hell too. And my family always knew that I was gay, and so there was never a time where I had to hide who I was. And so to answer your question, it just came naturally to me that I have to bring up my family with me because I wouldn't be up here without them, and I would never ever leave them behind just because of fame or wherever I end up.
There you go. So what's next for you, Bretman?
I think right now I am just sharpening up my knives. I think what I want initially with my career is I just want to be remembered as one of the greatest entertainer of my time. And so I am trying to inch my way into a bigger screen.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much.
Aloha. Thank you.